You ever get that feeling that the rules of the game have completely changed? You know, that old playbook for success: work hard, make a solid plan, follow the steps. It just doesn't seem to pack the same punch it used to. It's like we're all playing this massive game, but the instruction manual is, well, it's missing. So let's try to figure this out together. Right? It is so frustrating. You lay out this beautiful, perfect plan, you execute it flawlessly, and the result is just a total coin toss. I'm here to tell you it's not just you, and you're not imagining it. The very fabric of the world we're operating in has changed. And in this breakdown, we're going to get into exactly why that is, and way more importantly, what on earth we can do about it. Okay, so for a very long time, we lived in what you could call the age of certainty. Think of the world's biggest problems as like giant engineering puzzles. If you had the right blueprint, if you understood all the parts, you could pretty much predict what would happen. Knowledge was king, better plans led to better outcomes, and everything kind of made sense.
In this right here, this is the heart of our problem. We are still trying to use the old tools from that predictable world, but we're living in a completely new one, a reflexive world. We're trying to use a blueprint where we really need a weather forecast. We're dealing with markets, not machines, with wild feedback loops, not stable systems.
So, what in the world is a reflexive system? Honestly, it's a game changer of an idea. It's any system where the act of looking at it changes it. The stock market is the perfect example. Some famous analyst says, hey, this stock's going to go up. So what happens? A ton of people buy it, which makes it go up. The prediction literally created its own reality. You can see how that makes planning, well, almost a fool's errand.
So how did we get here? What was the cataclysmic event that shoved us out of that predictable world and into this reflexive chaos? The answer, funnily enough, is all about the story of information itself, and specifically how it went from being this rare, precious thing to a full-on, overwhelming flood. For most of human history, information was just instinct, gut feelings, the stuff hardwired into our DNA for pure survival. Then, boom, writing happens. Suddenly, information becomes symbolic. It's written down, it's scarce, and having it gives you a massive strategic edge. But today, we're living in the age of digital information. And it's not just abundant, it's infinite, it's instantaneous, and it is so noisy. I mean, just think about this for a second. 500 years ago, if you had a brilliant idea, sharing it was a monumental task. It was incredibly expensive. It took scribes, printing presses, people on horses. It was slow. Because of that, specialized knowledge was like a fortress. It gave you a real lasting advantage because it was so hard for anyone else to get their hands on it. And now, what's the cost today? It's zero, absolutely nothing. You can broadcast an idea to the entire globe right now for free. But here's the twist. This didn't lead to a world of perfect clarity. Nope. It led to an explosion of chaos, competition, and noise. Because when information becomes free, it stops being the scarce, valuable thing. In that shift, that's what brings us right to our doorstep, to the world we all live in now. When information is no longer scarce, a new scarcity pops up to take its place. And that gave birth to a whole new economic landscape, the attention economy. And this is the part you really gotta get. The new bottleneck in the world isn't access to information anymore. The bottleneck is you. It's us. It's our limited, finite ability to pay attention. Every single app, every website, every news story is in a brutal, zero-sum war for a few seconds of your focus. Your attention is the new oil. This quote just absolutely nails the core dynamic. In the attention economy, the actual content of something often matters less than the buzz about it. Think about it. We're not just reacting to the news anymore, we're reacting to the reactions of other people, which creates these insane, unpredictable feedback loops that just spiral out of control. And this is why success today feels so random and so temporary. You see a winning strategy? By tomorrow, 1,000 other people have copied it, and the advantage is gone. Poof! The whole system rewards being fast and loud over being deep and thoughtful. And it leads to this wild world where you have a few massive runaway winners and a very, very long tail of everyone else. Okay, so the world is crazy, volatile, unpredictable. I get it. We all get it. So what do? Do we just give up? No way. Luckily, there's a really powerful mental model for navigating all this. And a lot of it comes from the brilliant thinker Nassim Nicholas Taleb. And here's the key.
It's not about trying to predict the future. It's about learning how to survive it. From the moment we start school, this is the question we're trained to answer, right? How do I build the perfect plan? How do I find the most optimal path to get exactly what I want? It's the question our old, predictable world taught us to ask. But in our new, reflexive world, it's the wrong question.
The new question, the better question, is this one. What would destroy me? It feels negative, but it's actually incredibly powerful. It completely shifts your focus from chasing the absolute best outcome to, first and foremost, just making sure you don't get wiped off the board. You can't win the game if you're not in it. Survival has to come first.
So what does this actually look like in practice? It's a strategy of what Taleb calls asymmetry. First, instead of one giant risky plan, you make a bunch of small bets. Second, and this is crucial, you make sure that when those bets fail, and most of them will, it's cheap, it's survivable, it doesn't take you out. Your job isn't to be a psychic. Your job is to endure the chaos long enough to be around when one of those small bets turns into a rare, massive, life-changing win.
And all of this, it leads us to a fundamental shift in our thinking, a new North Star. The ultimate goal in this modern world is no longer about optimization or perfection. The new goal, the real prize, is resilience.
Now, here's the paradox that will bake your noodle a little bit. When you try to optimize for success using those old world tools, like taking on a mountain of debt or putting all your eggs in one single rigid basket, you actually make yourself more fragile. You become a beautiful, perfect crystal glass, just waiting for one unpredictable shock to shatter you into a million pieces. And let's be crystal clear about this. Resilience is not the consolation prize you get when you can't achieve real success. In this world that we're living in, defined by radical uncertainty, resilience is the master strategy. It's the intelligent, proactive foundation that makes any kind of lasting, durable success even possible. So, I'm going to leave you with this final question to chew on. We've always been taught that intelligence is about predicting things, about planning, about being in control. But what if that's an outdated definition? What if, in today's world of nonstop noise and chaos, the smartest thing you can possibly do is simply to endure, to build a life, a career, a system for yourself that is simply hard to kill, so you can stay in the game long enough for luck to find you?